I don't know what's going on. What up, though? So, let's see if we got everything working. Yep, sound good. Working at 30 frames per second. All right, we are golden. All right, what up, though? Welcome to another episode of Notoriously Opinionated. It's your man, Nate Goose the Guy, coming back at you. Um, so this is this is Monday. Normally, it's a motivational Monday, you know, and I don't think anything's going to be any different. I'm going to hope that what I say motivates some of you, most of you, hopefully all of you to action, right? In one way, shape, form, fashion, or another, right? Either to the action of seeing what I'm talking about, fact checking it, going back and and just learning for yourself some of the things that I'm going to be talking to you about, right? Um, so there's things that disturb me on a daily basis, and and these are some of the things that I end up talking about on my podcasts, whether it's Monday or Wednesdays, notoriously opinionated, whether it's on my audio broadcast on Spotify, areas of human activity. This is where I get out all the things that may have been on my mind to talk about within that day or within previous days before the podcast. So it's no different today. So there's some things on my mind. We're gonna get to Black History in a minute. I got a spin for it. I got a spin on it for you though, because there's something else that I personally believe is just as important to teach as so-called Black history, right? And I'm gonna get into that. But before then, let me go back. Got to go back to yesterday. I have to talk about the Chiefs game. First off, shout out to the Kansas City Chiefs, man. Even though I don't know what team that was yesterday. I really don't. I don't know what team that was. But I've read a lot of comments over the day about the Chiefs' performance in the Super Bowl, and I agree. There were a lot of distractions. You know, there were the distractions of Andy Reid's son getting into an accident, hitting the car where a 5-year-old little girl is now hospitalized with brain damage. So there was that huge distraction on the head coach about his son, who was a linebacker coach for the Kansas City Chiefs. Then you have the distraction of the two O linemen who are not going to be playing when you're going up against Shaq Barrett and Dominican Sue and all these other cats that can rush the quarterback and only send four and then drop everybody else back in coverage, you know. So then there's that. So it was a lot of distractions. And then once the game got started, what a lot of Chiefs fans were afraid of happened during the Super Bowl, which is the refs just wanted everybody to know their name, and so they became the story of the Super Bowl. Like, here's the cold thing about it. I'm taking absolutely nothing away from what Tom Brady did. Tom Brady made some big passes. The running game made some big runs. The D line made some key sacks and made some key plays. Their team played well, right? Here's what I'm saying though. For their team to have played well, it's I don't know. It would seem as if I'm taking away from the fact that they played well by saying that the refs made themselves too big of a part of the game. It reminded me, for real, it reminded me of Remember the Titans. You know, in that championship game where the refs was only calling it for one side because on the other side there was black players playing on that side and they didn't want to call that fair. That's kind of how this felt. Not necessarily because there was too many black players, but just because they was siding with the team that the GOAT is on, you know. Um, and I'm not even taking away the fact that Tom Brady is the GOAT. Tom Brady is the GOAT. Pat Mahomes is the kid, though. He the baby GOAT. He's on his way. He's on his way to being the greatest of all time. And there have been Super Bowls that Tom Brady has went to that he did not win. You know, this is just the first that Pat has been to that he didn't win. That's not to say that there's going to be many of these, you know, but we are not Kansas City fans talking to you right now. We are not going to win every single Super Bowl that Pat get us to. Let's just hopefully you only bet on the ones that or hopefully you bet more on the ones that we win than the ones that we do not win. But we are not going to win every single. I hope we do. Hey, I hope we win every single Super Bowl we go to. But we already lost one. So we already know that that's not going to happen. We're not going to win every single Super Bowl that we go to. So let's just focus on how to get better. Because technically, like I said, everybody that knows me know I don't believe in losing. I believe that I either win or I learn. So let's pick up what we learned from this game yesterday and move on, right? And we learned a few things. Tom Brady really is that good. We learned that that we need to invest in a right and a left tackle. We have Precious Cargo that's behind center right now. We need to invest in two of the best O-linemen at tackle that either money can buy or that is in that draft. Get the two best offensive tackles. Get the best right offensive tackle, the best left offensive tackle, put them on the squad, get two more offensive tackles from free agency, at least a left tackle. At least get a left tackle, a boss-ass left tackle that you pay a lot of money to, you know, get him on that squad to protect Pat, you know, and then we ain't got nothing to worry about. He got all the time in the world to sling that ball all over the field and find these dudes when they get open. They will get open, but he was under pressure. He was running for his life that whole doggone game. That dude looked like he was running like Alex Smith used to have to run, you know. So, listen. Shout out to the Kansas City Chiefs, though. You know what I'm saying? I did not think that you would only score 9 points, but I get it. There was a lot of distractions. The refs called a whole football field of penalties on us for the entire game. They called a whole over a football field of penalties. That's a touchdown right there. So the refs got Tampa Bay at least one of those touchdowns. You know, at least one. Anyway, I'm off the Chiefs right now. I'm off of this. I'm not off the Chiefs. I'm off the Super Bowl. So let me see what's next. So the next thing that I want to talk about is, did anybody see my Facebook post for today? Right? Let me see if I can pull it up. Let me see if I can pull up my Facebook page so I can quote what I said accurately. And I'm going to tell you where it came from, right? I'm going to tell you where this post came from. I'm going to tell you the impetus behind this particular post. The post reads as such. Dear white teachers, there are lessons in this month's history that will need to be taught to children of African descent. And these lessons may include things that are foreign to you, like certain words and phrases in different languages. I added different languages right now. I should have put that in earlier. If you do not know what a word or phrase is or how to pronounce something, do not teach your ignorance to our children. If you don't know a thing, don't act like you know, and then transfer your miseducation to our children. You know what's happening. You know you don't want it to happen to your children. Don't miseducate ours. My suggestion would be to ask your local Africentric about these words and phrases, and we will assist you. Thank you. Now, why did I send that post? Why did I make that post? So it's Black History Month. There is certain, hold on, matter of fact, one of my guys commented on that and said, let me read his comment. He said, well, most of them are required to teach a curriculum based on their agenda. When I was in school, they showed Mississippi Burning and Gone with the Wind for Black History Month. Mississippi Burning and Gone with the Wind. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you for real right now? Gone with the Wind with like the mammy of all mammies. You dig? The fuck and Mississippi. Listen. I saw Mississippi Burning for the first time when I was about 15 years old, right? I was beyond mad when I seen Mississippi Burning for the first time. Mad does not begin to express how I felt when I saw that movie for the first time, right? I immediately got my homeboys together and we went to, I will never forget, we went to Cool Crest. I will never forget this as long as I live. We went to Cool Crest. And because I don't want anyone who is younger to see this particular thing, I'm not going to say what exactly we did verbatim, but I'll put it like this. I got into a lot of fights with Caucasians that day. Okay, that's not true. I knocked out a lot of Caucasians that day because I was angry. Was it fair? Was it right? Was it no? Probably not. I was 15 though, and I was emotionally charged by what I just seen. This was newfound information to me, so I was already emotionally unstable at that time. And so you add emotionally unstable with now really getting my first taste of what real racism looked like. I hadn't had that yet in my life, And so I reacted very, very negatively to it. Anyway, that's kind of what happened when I first saw Mississippi Burning. And my homeboy said they played that during Black History Month. Oh my God. Anyway, so without going into specifics, there was a young man, a second grader, who came to me today talking about did I have a picture of a Kenny cloth? A Kenny cloth. I'm like, I don't know what a Kenny cloth is. What is a Kenny cloth? He said, you know what Africans wear, it's the cloth that they make the clothes and other things out of. I said, a Kente cloth? He said, no, Kenny. I'm like, why are you pronouncing it Kenny cloth? He said, that's what my teacher told me, that it's pronounced Kenny cloth. Oh, wow. Your teacher told you that? Is your teacher black or white? White? Okay. So here's what happened. He has a teacher that does not know what the Kente cloth is. and did not know how to pronounce it. Now, I don't know how she is a teacher who's teaching second graders, and they have to teach second graders like second grade English, which has to do with grammar, which has to do with pronunciation. Listen, you may not get it completely correct, but how you gonna just eliminate a whole letter like you didn't see the T? Now, maybe he didn't hear her correctly. Maybe he didn't hear her say kente cloth, and he heard Kenny cloth. You know, maybe she said it fast. Maybe she slurs her words. I don't know. You know, all I'm saying is that is not the only time where white teachers have miseducated black children. Now, I'm not even going to just say white teachers. I'm going to say just uneducated teachers. There's teachers who are black, white, and variety of other races who do not know about history. Now, the reason I say it like that, the reason I just say history and not black history, is because I am of the firm belief that all of history is black history, because the history of the Africans go back further than anyone else's history on this planet. There is no culture, there is no so-called race that has the lineage that goes back as far as the people of African descent, right? However, this is not something that is taught in schools. And so if you go to my YouTube page, there's last year sometime I did a doodly about lies we tell our children, right? Go check that out. Go check out Notoriously Opinionated on YouTube and look for the doodly I did on lies we tell our children, right? Because we will tell our children, and by we, I mean we, those who are parents, those who are teachers, those who are just adults that think that you know something because you learned it in school where you were miseducated, and thus you pass this misinformation and miseducation down to the next generation of children, right? So you'll pass down the misinformation and the lies that Columbus discovered America, or that George Washington chopped down a cherry tree, or that Lincoln freed the slaves because he actually cared about the equality of black people and white people, and none of them would be correct. If you were to name any of them, any of those particular references, you would be incorrect on all three. George Washington did not chop down a cherry tree, and George Washington had slaves. What else? Christopher Columbus ain't set foot in America, so he did not discover America. And Abraham Lincoln said, and I quote, "I am not nor ever have been in favor of bringing about in any way the social and political equality of the black and white races. There must be the position of superior and inferior, and I am in favor of having the superior position assigned to the white race." Abraham Lincoln said that. Where are you getting that Abraham Lincoln wanted to free the slaves because he gave a solitary fuck about black people being free? I'll wait. Nothing? No? Nothing? Right. Because he didn't. He didn't give a damn. He wanted black people to fight for the Union, to fight against, number one. He wanted you to come out the South and come to the North, number one, because it was the Africans that was the ones helping the South crush the North economically. Because of all this free labor y'all giving the South. Come bring y'all black asses up to the North. Stop. Man, look, we'll pay you. Just come to the North. And if you fight in the Union Army, number one, we'll pay you for being in the Army, and two, you'll get your freedom at the end. You know, you are literally fighting for your freedom. So of course they went to the South. I mean, of course they went to the North. Of course they did. Right? But Abraham Lincoln did not sign the Emancipation Proclamation because he gave one solitary single damn about black people being free or equal, period. Did not happen. So, anyway, this is Black History Month, And one of the things that one of many things that oftentimes comes out during Black History Month, there, I mean, it's just silly talk. You know, you got black people that'll say, black people and white people say the same ignorant shit when it comes to Black History Month. You know, they will both say ignorant shit. You know, so you got black people that'll say, man, why they put Black History Month in the shortest month of the year, man? That's how they do the black man. That's how they do black people. They put Black History Month in the shortest month of the year. No, they didn't. And I explained this in previous. I explained this last week on Notoriously Opinionated, right? It was Carter G. Woodson that had Negro History Week as the second week of, or as on the second week of February, because he wanted to commemorate Frederick Douglass and Abraham Lincoln. Like I said, I agree with half of it. So it was not the man or the system that placed Black History Month in the shortest month of the year. No, it was actually the father of Black history. So if you're gonna be mad at somebody, be mad at him. But this time you can't blame it on the man. You can't blame it on the system. It wasn't the white man that did this, you know. But and then you got white people that will be outraged by the fact that black people have a month that is, you know, so-called dedicated to learning and understanding the rich culture and the lush traditions of Africans or people of African descent, and they'll say some ignorant shit like, well, it's they got a Black History Month. What about a White History Month? Let's think about that for a second and take a real deep look into that question. Why not White History Month? Well, I guess first off, because every month in America is White History Month. Like, when has it not been White History Month in America? Like the first 43 presidents. Like my man Cat Williams said, white, 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 white. All of them, you know, till you get to Barack Obama, and then you go right back to the whitest white president that you could have had since Washington. Anywho, at the same time, like 100, like 100, because you are not getting a true and real definition, explanation, or lesson of what this country is built on in school in regards to quote unquote white history. I do believe there should be a White History Month. And I believe that White History Month should have programs that are lined out by Africentrics. So the truth can finally be told about what is going on with white history, because it's not going to be, listen, if you have uh if you have uh a bird telling villagers stories about a lion, right? And then the villagers only hear the bird's point of view. You ain't gonna get the whole story until you hear the lion's point of view, because this bird is gonna say, man, I beat that lion's ass. Every day I fly by, I kick that young male lion's ass. I whoops him. Every day I whoop him. But until the lion comes strolling in with not a scratch on him, you know, and tells you, man, that bird won't come out the tree. He talks a bunch of shit from the tree, but he don't never come down and do nothing or say nothing to me. He'll know I'll tear his ass alive, you know. So I believe that there should be a White History Month. I'm sorry, wait a minute. I'm tripping. I forgot all about. So I believe that there should be a White History Month, but there is a White History Month. It's in April. Like the majority of the month, of April is dedicated to Confederates. You know what I'm saying? It is, what is it called? Confederate uh Memorial Month. So you got Confederate Memorial Day, you got Confederate Decoration Day, you got Confederate um, Memorial Declaration, and I don't know, commemorate the whole, damn near the whole month of April in the South. Let me make that clear. It's in the South. There's southern states that commemorate um, the achievements of the Confederacy, right? I was actually surprised not to see Missouri on that list, to be perfectly honest with you. But you got pretty much the rest of the Confederate states that recognize Confederate Memorial Day and what could be termed White History Month, right? So come April, I may do a complete White History Month. I may do all White History Month podcasts telling the truth about white history for real in these United States, right? Because you're not going to get it from school. You're just not. So, uh, yeah, I might end up doing that, and just doing an elongated version of my dually. Um, and I have to put in there I have to put in there about the police department. I have to put that in there. There's no way that I can leave that out. There's no way I can leave out uh, what has been going on for hundreds of years. Like those of you who believe that police brutality, uh, policing just started in the 20th century, in the 21st century, you know, it didn't. It started in the 18th century at least. That's when it was named. That's when they actually had a name of policing. Was around the 18th century, not the 20th or the 21st. You know, so I'm definitely gonna have to put that. And not only that, I'm gonna have to put in the the racist state of Missouri. I'm gonna have to put that in there too. So I might gather up some information and do a month for the podcast during White History Month. I might have to do that. All right. Um, so until then, uh, celebrate Black History Month. Celebrate the rich culture, the influence that people of African descent have given to this nation, to this country, to this region, to this world throughout this entire month. And I'm gonna get back with you on Wednesday and further the conversation. I got two good guests coming on the show Wednesday, and I might have some more on there. I don't know. Uh, we gonna turn it on up, you know. Until then, I want you to be sure that you go to my YouTube channel, Notoriously Opinionated. Subscribe, share, like. That's the way that you can help the show out. If you want to help the show out, go to Notoriously Opinionated on YouTube and subscribe, like, and share my YouTube channel. Subscribe, like, and share what you see on Facebook, what you see on Twitter, right? Um, when I put commercials out, when I put videos out, uh, subscribe, like, and share. That's all I need you to do. Because right now I'm working on my first music video, and I'm really excited about it. I can't wait to get to the editing part. I got almost all of the shots that I'm gonna need. Just a few more shots that I'm gonna need, but I'm very excited about doing my first music video, and I think it's gonna turn out really, really well. Also check me out on Spotify, on my podcast on Spotify called Areas of Human Activity. For those of you who don't know what Areas of Human Activity are, they are education, economics, um, hold on, entertainment, labor, law, uh, religion, politics, sex, and war. Right? Those are the 9 areas of human activity. The show was named that because there's really nothing that we can do as humans that will fall outside of those 9 areas of human activity. And so I named the show Areas of Human Activity. This show was actually originally named Areas of Human Activity until I decided to make Areas of Human Activity the audio podcast and the actual video podcast be notoriously opinionated. So go to the Spotify channel, like, share, subscribe. Go to my channel on YouTube, Notoriously Opinionated, like, share, subscribe. Um, and as always, seize the moment. Don't just seize the day. You might not make it through the whole day. And make sure that you support small and black businesses, because the coronavirus is killing more than the world population. It is killing dreams. It is killing small businesses. So to all my entrepreneurs, all my small business owners, man, salute to you. You know, keep the faith, stay strong, have a plan on what you're going to do with your company. And also, so make sure that you support Breakout Media Group. That is my media company. I do videography, photography. I'm shooting, like I said, a music video. I'm working on a documentary, and Breakout Media Group is going to be doing some really big things in 2021. There's going to be merchandise here pretty soon, so be on the lookout for that. And I'll make sure I drop everything that you need in order to order Breakout Media Group gear as soon as it is available. Until then, peace. It's been your man, Negus to God.